Okay, this lesson will cover your Texas Studies Weekly regarding goods and services. I'm going to go ahead and read through the newspaper. You can listen to it, follow along with me. I just want to provide this as a resource to you to help you through this process. Okay, it's very interesting to me that our Texas Studies Weekly, what they're going to be over the next couple of weeks, especially in this time that we're in right now in our world with this COVID-19 coronavirus. If you're listening to any news or hearing your parents or grandparents talk or just hearing various things on the radio, you're hearing a lot of talk about goods and services. You're hearing a lot of talk about our economy. Those are a lot of the words that we've used and talked about this year. This week, we're specifically focusing on what are goods and what are services. And as we go through this, we'll talk about how this kind of relates to what's going on in our world right now. Okay, so taking a look at the first page, all right, you can see that you've got a guy up here and he's picking what looks to be oranges off the tree there. Down here, you can see that as a result of this man's work, this young lady is able to drink some orange juice. Okay, so that's a good example right there of goods and services. All right, goods are things that are made for people to buy and use. The people who make goods are called producers. The people who buy goods are called consumers. Okay, so right now at your age, you're a consumer because you're not really making or doing anything to provide a service for someone that you can sell. So you're a consumer. Now you may have parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles who are providers of goods. So they're going to be producers and consumers. But again, right now, second grade, your age, you're a consumer. Okay? You're drinking the orange juice. You're not the one out here picking the oranges and producing that orange juice. A service is work or a duty that one person does for someone else. If you send a package to someone else, you pay for delivery service. If you have a cell phone, you pay for cell phone service. Most people who have a computer pay for internet service. And so, again, during these COVID-19 coronavirus times, we are having to use a lot of technology. You are using either cell phone service or internet service right now that someone that you live with is paying for so that you are able to do these lessons and do these studies. Okay? Next page, goods and services. People in the U.S. make choices about earning money. We are also free to choose where we live and work. The money workers earn is called income. Income helps families buy things they need and want. Money can buy goods or services. Okay, so if you have someone that mows your lawn and your parents or grandparents or whoever pay for that service, that would be an example of using money to pay for a service. Just like your cell phone service provider or your internet service provider. Okay? And you can see this little boy in here. He's at the grocery store and he is using some money to buy some goods. Okay? You can take a pretty good guess what's going on here in this picture. It's a doctor and a patient with the mom holding the patient's hand. Many people work to help keep people healthy. Doctors, nurses, and paramedics take care of people who are sick and hurt. It takes at least 11 years of college and special training to become a doctor. Okay, and again, during this time in our world, these doctors and these nurses, they are what's referred to as an essential service. We have to have them in order to help through these times of sickness. They are out on the front line, taking care of our people and helping them to get better. Okay? Photographers are creative and talented people who take pictures. Some photographers help us learn about things that are happening in our world. Some photographers help us remember special occasions like weddings and holidays. Okay, so being a photographer is another example of a type of service that someone would pay for. Now, if you think about what's going on in our world today and you think about an essential service provider and you take a look at the doctor or the nurse versus the photographer in terms of which of these today, right now today, when we're all kind of stuck at home, are essential, definitely your doctors and your nurses are essential. Do you need to go out and take family photos right now? No, that's not going to be something that's essential that you need to do. Okay? Most workers pay taxes. Taxes help pay for community services, roads, parks, and many other things. The laws of our state and our country say taxes must be paid. Good citizens obey the law and pay their taxes. And we've talked about taxes already this year. We happen to live in a state that does not charge a state income tax. We charge taxes on things like clothes, TVs, refrigerators, and various food items when we go to eat at restaurants. Okay, so instead of an income tax here in Texas, we pay a sales tax. Now, big picture, big government, we do all have to pay federal income taxes to our government, and we've talked about that previously in the year. Okay, next page. Here are some more jobs. Librarians choose books for libraries. They help people pick out books they will enjoy reading. Librarians also help people find information about many things. Librarians go to college for at least 4 years. And actually, they really go longer than that. But this guy over here, he's a farmer. Farmers are producers. They grow food for people to eat. Farmers are also consumers. They need tractors and other machines to plant and harvest crops. Part of a farmer's income is used to purchase these goods. Okay? So your farmer, a consumer, and a producer. He has to buy products in order to be able to produce what he produces. Okay? People who work have many responsibilities. They have to come to work every day unless they are sick or have a day off. They have to be on time every day. It is important for workers to do their best no matter what job they do. In the U.S., thousands of people work on farms. Some are growers and others pick produce, which are fruits and vegetables. Truck drivers take the produce to stores. Salespeople help customers buy produce for their families. Okay, so again, it's very interesting that we're talking about all these things during this time, because what we're hearing a lot of are which of these things need to still be happening right now in order for our economy to keep going, and which of these things don't need to be going on right now, which are important, which are not important. And so I would encourage you to talk through that. A lot of people are able to work from home now and do things remotely, and that helps out. But this is just very interesting. This is the topic we're on during this time frame right now, because if you think about the farmer, well, we still need our food. So that farmer is in an essential position. We have to have that farmer, because that farmer is producing things we need. Do we have to go to the library right now and check out books? No, we don't. Okay, so those are some of the things to think about and consider in terms of what's going on in the world right now. Okay, all right, so that takes us to the last page. You can do the little word search here. Right here, you're going to take a look at each of the tools on the left, and you're going to match them up to who their worker would be on the right. Down at the bottom, what tools do teachers use to help us learn? Okay, be sure and answer that in a complete sentence. Again, being that we're doing remote learning, that's a little tip to help you come up with a sentence to write there for something that teachers are having to use now in order to help their students learn, which they may not have used in the same way that they're using now. Okay, this section over here, you don't have to worry about this section, because you are actually going to be writing a paper through the writing process this week that's going to answer the question about what you want to be when you grow up. Okay, now the next one, what goods and services will you purchase with your income? You can go ahead and write that here if you want to, or you can answer it to the fullest, but just know you're going to be writing a paper that goes through the writing process on what you want to be when you grow up and why. Okay, so that's your lesson on your Texas Studies Weekly, goods and services for this week.